Hello everyone, my name is Rosangela Melatto and I'm presenting today on behalf of the team that authored the abstract entitled Environmental, Social and Governance Drivers for Adopting Micro-Level Circular Economy Practices in the Electronics Industry. The transition from linear economy to the circular economy is a historic challenge for the companies. Circular economy presents itself as a sustainable model, not dependent on the consumption of the resources and not encouraging the production of waste. The transition from linear economy to circular economy creates value through closed-loop systems, reverse logistics, product life management, and clean production in terms of corporate environmental management. Also, circular economy strategies reduce carbon emissions and provide a profitable business model for the industry with better quality, efficiency, and working conditions. Support for circular economy is linked to strategic decisions such as definition of logistics service providers, sustainable supply chain, materials design and production, management, and policy formulation. In a context in which corporate governance converts principles into objective recommendation, circular economy combined with corporate governance policies contribute to sustainable and economic financial structured companies. Therefore, corporate governance-related policies must be designed to work within the scope of circular economy. Metrics related to environmental, social, and governance parameters help companies support circularity in their operations. In this way, the integration of sustainability into corporate purpose favors sustainable investment, fair competition, and strengthens initiatives associated with circular economy. Also, circular economy-related strategies must be planned from the beginning as an integral part of the market-oriented business model. Sustainable business models contribute to research, practice, and policies with multidisciplinary potential in industries, including the electronics industry. The electronics industry is characterized by the generation of waste, for which we are using the acronym WEEE, at around 3 to 5% per year. Despite being an important source of waste due to scarcity and value of the materials it contains, only 17.4% of this waste is treated properly, and uncertain dumping poses risks to the environment and health. Now let's drive the conversation to the gap and research question. Although the research literature pointed to a possible relation between corporate governance variables and the adoption of circular economy practice, the studies did not relate the variables to the electronics industry or the management of WEEE, which denotes a research gap that was explored herein. The gap identified in the literature suggests the following question. Which environmental, social, and governance drivers drive the adoption of micro-level circular economy in the electronics industry? Thus, the present study aimed to develop a framework of environmental, social, and governance drivers for adopting micro-level circular economy practices in the electronics industry. As this is a complex and broad subject to discuss, seeking consensus among experts, the Delphi method was used in this research. The research was carried out with 12 experts, chosen strategically. The identity of the experts was kept anonymous. In the initial stage, a questionnaire was created, which was presented and validated with 2 experts. The validated questionnaire was distributed and the responses were collected, consolidated, and statistically treated in each of the 3 rounds carried out during the first quarter of 2024. The results information was then sent to the experts with a revised questionnaire, according to the degree of agreement obtained. At the end, results were presented in a report. It was concluded that the ESG drivers that drive the adoption of circular economy at the micro level are: number 1, investments and expenses; number 2, policy and implementation; number 3, circular economy awareness in top management; number 4, relationship of organizational policy and stakeholder involvement; and number 5, transparency in communicate actions related to the circular economy. The results showed that the practice of implementation of WEE legislations and regulations, recovery of precious metals, and adoption of WEE recycling strategies were more strongly linked to the variables 2 and 5, which are policy and implementation and transparency in communicating actions related to circular economy. On the other hand, variable number 1, meaning investments and expenses, is most related to the adoption of recycling strategies, reduction of the informal sector, and remanufacturing strategies, such as repair, reuse, recirculation of WEE. Variable 4 was related to all practices in variable 1, recycling strategies, reduction of the informal sector, and also to the consumer's effective participation in the WEE reverse chain. Variable 3, meaning circular economy awareness in top management, was identified with the same practices as variable 2, implementation of WEE legislations and regulations, recovery of precious metals, and adoption of WEE strategies, but also with simulations for implementation and optimization of recycling and WEE collection centers and management of outsourced companies. And last but not least, insertion of retailers into WEE chain was the only practice not related to corporate governance, to any corporate governance variable. The study collaborates with the literature by identifying corporate governance variables that drive the electronics industry's adherence to circular economy. For society, the work contributes to the discussion amongst demanding consumers regarding consumption and production standards, and it also collaborates with companies to adhere to circular economy by proposing a model of corporate governance variables, leading them to reformulate their business strategy to respond to a society that is better informed about the need to produce with circularity as a parameter. For your attention today, thank you very much.